Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. I want to talk to you guys today about the civil war. Chelsea Supporters Trust on one hand. You got the Chelsea board, Chris Jurasic's letter response in the middle. And you've now got the information, the opinion of the Chelsea Fan Advisory Board that has basically said that what the Chelsea Supporters Trust have said in a letter directed to the owners of Chelsea after the draw against Brentford is basically a load of rubbish and they need to just relax and shut up, basically. Going to go through it all today. I'm not going to be reading out any of the letters. This is news that kind of started about a week ago, where a letter that was addressed to the Chelsea ownership on the 8th of March came out from the Chelsea Supporters Trust, which, as a Chelsea supporter, as a Chelsea fan, I wanted to wait here because there's a lot of bandwagoning, there's a lot of us versus them, and I don't want there to be this rift within the club. There's already enough of an issue with fans being unhappy about ticket increases, the prices of food and beverages at Stamford Bridge, the results on the pitch. There's enough things right now as Chelsea fans for us to be a bit like, great, well this isn't going very well, is it? So I don't want to keep adding fuel to this fire of us against them and this is bad and this is bad, but it's got to a point now where if you've got the Chelsea Supporters Trust, who, by the way, if you don't know about the Chelsea Supporters Trust, I'm leaving a link in the description. I think they do a fantastic job. And it is so clear when you read the letter. It's 4 pages long. I'm not going to read it to you, but I'll also leave a link to that in the description. When you read the letter from the Chelsea Supporters Trust to Bedad Eghbali and Todd Boehly, you can clearly feel, and for me this is about feeling. Football is about the feeling and the attachment and connection that we have to our beloved club. You feel the pain that is being felt by fans right now as to the direction of where Chelsea Football Club have headed, where we're heading, and the lack of clarity that we have as supporters right now is a massive issue for Chelsea fans. And that is absolutely valid. To think that we're getting enough information from the club right now about all of the promises that were made when these new owners took over. There was a big 8-year plan. We're building a 100-point team, and I'm looking at what I'm seeing now and I'm like, bollocks, not right. And this isn't me saying that we're not going to be successful. I don't want to be here clown laking and putting stickers all over Stamford Bridge saying that the owners don't know what they're doing, because that to me is completely giving up on the project. And I'm not fully giving up, that there is still not progress that can be made. I think we've seen results improve. We're seeing a bit more togetherness from players and even the manager on the sidelines at Chelsea. There's definitely improvements if you take out the Liverpool Carabao Cup final, which was a disaster really. But if you take away all of that, the results on the pitch are doing good. The issue is that when you make all of these big promises, when you take over a club with the stature of Chelsea, there has to be some accountability when things don't go well. And the Chelsea Supporters Trust writing a letter, you didn't see this during the Abramovich days. Why? Because we kept winning trophies, so there's no need to be updated verbally through videos or through letters or bullet statements or whatever, because we're winning stuff. There's nothing to complain about. Whatever Abramovich said he wanted to do, lo and behold, within a flipping season, he achieved it. He did it. It was magnificent. To expect that the new owners were going to come in and it wasn't going to be rocky would also be a little bit short-sighted. And even when they took over and they spent all of that money, yes, I was excited, but deep down I'm like, this could go really wrong. And it kind of has gone really wrong up until this point. So the Chelsea Supporters Trust send their letter. Chris Jurasic, the CEO of Chelsea Football Club, responded, and that is when this kind of all became public about a week ago, when Chris Jurasic's response was not a response from Todd Boehly and Bedad Eghbali. They've just been like, go on, Chris, mate. Go and send them a flipping email, will ya? So that's already part of the problem. We want communication from the very top, and then they're just giving Chris Jurasic the role to just ride it back. So, all right, look, I understand. Todd Boehly, Bedad Eghbali, you might have really busy lives. Totally understand it. I've been busy the last week as well. I've been seeing my family. Ain't seen them in flipping years. Been loving it. But the least you can do is come out there and show face. It's all well and good when you buy the club for billions and you want to put on this big bravado that, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Cool. But when things aren't going well, don't go and hide and sit behind the CEO writing letters which basically says, well, I actually think we're doing a great job. We've got a new Jewish supporters group. We've got a new Muslim supporters group. Yeah, this is great. We're not saying that that is bad. We're just saying that because the results aren't on par with where you said we were going, it would be a good idea when fans are feeling this unrest, when fans are feeling downhearted, to come out and, rally us together. Make us feel as though there is still belief in this project. There is definitely still a way that these results will improve and we will see the glory days back at Chelsea again. And they've hidden behind Chris Jurisic, and the reply didn't really answer the key issues that the Chelsea Supporters Trust raised within their email. Chelsea fans are still wondering if we can afford to go on a match day ticket, and there's also a cost of living crisis. The prices of trains and fuel go up every flipping week. And can I even get a Mars bar now when I go to Stamford Bridge? What is the price of a Mars bar? Do you know what I mean? These are genuine issues that Chelsea fans absolutely have the right to be addressing. And when the performances and what we see on the pitch isn't quite glowing and fancy and luxury the way that the price increases suggest they should be, then we want answers. And I think that is what is being missed amongst all of this civil war. The Chelsea Fan Advisory Board that we're going to get onto in a second have come out basically saying that the Chelsea Supporters Trust are wrong and they don't experience it the same way. Look, this is very flipping simple, okay? The Chelsea Fan Advisory Board, I think it is a good start to set up an advisory board where Chelsea Football Club have got a group of fans together within the club who can have a say on decisions and ongoings at the club. And within that advisory board, there is obviously voices there that can act as an echo chamber for the concerns and whatnot. But importantly, this is still a direct attachment to Chelsea Football Club. And by the way, I can come out and say this because I've been paid by Chelsea Football Club at times to work on certain projects. And I can tell you now, there is certain things that you just can't say about Chelsea, specifically painting the club in any kind of negative light. I did a video with the FA Cup final when we lost to Arsenal, and none of the content was ever showed because we lost. So Chelsea don't really like to be seen in a bad way. So anything that comes out of the Fan Advisory Board, best believe, I'm sorry, but this is just a plain obvious truth. Whatever comes out of the Fan Advisory Board is still going to be with the intentions of painting Chelsea Football Club in the best light possible, even if we're losing on the pitch and even if the owners don't know what they're doing and they're alienating the fan base. That's the truth here. So I want to read out this tweet from Ben Jacobs. Chelsea Fan Advisory Board issues a strong statement countering a letter written by the Chelsea Supporters Trust which said fans aren't being consulted. Quote, bluntly, we don't recognise the suggestion that fans are not being involved in the future of the club. This goes directly against our experience, so we wanted to set the record straight. Well, of course it goes against your experience because you are the select few fans that actually get to speak to the board. The Chelsea Supporters Trust is an independent supporters trust which answers and equates for a larger scale of Chelsea fans who aren't those on the advisory board, so therefore there is definitely more communication needed. I'm sorry, but the reason there's a rift right now is because the obvious things, which is that the Chelsea Supporters Trust, we're not asking to see Bedad Egbali and Todd Bowley doing daily vlogs of their lives, showing us what they have for breakfast, showing the behind-the-scenes typing of the emails when we submit a £100 million bid to Brighton or whatever. We don't want to see all of that. We don't even want to see buttons being pressed to just magically make Chelsea win every game. We do want to see that. Do you know what I mean? We're not asking for that to change overnight. We're just asking, the Chelsea Supporters Trust, we're just asking to get more of a feeling back that we are all working towards the same things. And the lack of communication is evident. The lack of results on the pitch makes the lack of communication even more worrying. It's not anger, it's worry that Chelsea Football Club are heading in a direction that makes fans feel as though we are flipping customers and not supporters. To make fans worry that maybe, despite all of this investment, it is just for money. And it isn't for the success of Chelsea Football Club because we've taken off and we've hit turbulence in minute 1 and the pilot has fallen asleep. And that is how this feels right now, if I can use some kind of analogy here to summarise the feeling that I have, I fully echo what the Chelsea Supporters Trust have said in what was a fantastic letter to Chelsea Football Club to try and get more information from the club and more communication from the club from the very top to help us understand the direction. I think there is absolutely nothing wrong with any of that. And the fact that the Chelsea Fan Advisory Board are now kind of coming out and defending the club, which is once again causing this back and forth, to and fro rift. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're attached directly to the club, of course you're going to say that, because it's Chelsea, you're a PR machine. They always have been, they always will be. We can't be seen in any kind of... It kind of grinds my gears a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below, because at the moment, I'm quite happy with what I'm seeing on the pitch. I'm seeing improvements, and that is all we can ask for at this point. So that's good. But this whole, we just... Beradig Bali, Boli, boys, you can write us an email, get on a video, give us an update. Don't just get Chris Jurisic to write a little stupid response. Like, it's not a bad response, but like, it's not filling anyone with confidence. Nothing's being solved here. And we just want to feel confident as Chelsea fans that the club aren't becoming a laughing stock, which is what's been said in these flipping letters. So yeah, that's currently where it's at. That's where I'm at on the situation. I feel as though we do need a lot more. And I'm not just saying results better right now, because they're already on the way up. But it's like, we're still 11th. We were 12th. Like they're not going anywhere. We want to be going somewhere. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. I'm obviously going to leave a link to the Chelsea Supporters Trust if you want to get involved with the wider scope of Chelsea fans. Also, I would love for you guys to go and subscribe to my new channel. It's with my girlfriend. We're doing like couples travel videos and cool fun eating videos and stuff. It's like very easy watches. And we're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, and we're posting a new video today. So please check that out, link in the description. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I hope you're looking forward to the match vlog for Burnley at the weekend, because I sure am. Come on, you Blues.